You wake on day 2, attempt to process the wild visions you had, whether memories or premonitions. And then there was a secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? And the secret ingredient being his love juice. It's probably just because he's already trusted you so much. Sure, they make sense. That makes sense, we'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own. Well, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Clank. Like him? Like him. I know it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He's told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in high school? No, but that makes complete sense. Yeah, but he was so popular. He was voted prom king at a school he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade. I'm thinking maybe something got lost in pressure cooker language translation there. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders? Coolest guy in school? The most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School? Academy for Learning? You're a thing now? Oh, we definitely connected yesterday. He even joined me and tucked me into bed, nice and warmly. Sure you did. You're a great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. No, shit. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. And my love for Colonel Sanders is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient? Is there a dramatic echo in there? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So, this summer while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in a botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices, secret spices. This man even gave me some, to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me you let him have a sweet time with you. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought him home. Oh, Miriam, you really earned them, didn't you? Really worked for them. It was so nice he even met me at a gate when I arrived. Later when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me. And the flavour was unlike anything, but it gave you aphrodisiac. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices. Whatever, anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we've stayed in touch. You know, in great touch. Pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe. And besides, I only know one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone. Please, 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 it would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. You think, should you protect Colonel Sanders for a secret or share it with his bestie? You clearly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know, how about... It was the Eye of Newt. I know, sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt, wow. Eyes light up, imagining such a thing, and you figured that you're satisfied. Her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she's definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school, riding in on a beautiful, majestic horse. You decide that the best way to show Miriam how serious you and Colonel Sanders are would be to run to him. Surely he'll sweep you up onto the back of his stallion, and you ride away together. I'll show her good. Oh, Colonel, my Colonel. Oh, no! However, your sudden movement surprised the horse and it rears up, kicking you right in the face. Force to blow completely knocks you out cold. In the darkness, you see a vision. Ooh. Hey, Dirk. I'm here to deliver a message. And that name is... You continue suddenly awake. Oh, jeez. And Colonel Sanders tending to you. He roused you back to life with a satchel of secret spices. Or is that just his natural seasoned mask? Maybe he shouldn't be riding a horse to school. He shouldn't be running up to animals you don't know. It's hard to say who was in the wrong here. I was certainly wrong. But one thing is for sure. That Colonel Sanders is pretty dreamy. That horse has beautiful shoes. I could really feel how smooth and sturdy they were when they were pressing into my face. That's nice to hear. No one truly appreciates good craftsmanship anymore. That Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way, they're hiding. You know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad. Experimenting with restricted ingredients bad. Summoning a demon bad. You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Handle Ashley's thighs? Or your hunky piece of metal? Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? You immediately dress the rivals down for the immature behavior. Culinary school is to be respected. This kind of nonsense is a waste of everyone's time. Now you're upset them. Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure I know a good meal if it ain't you. Oh, you know who I want to eat? I want to eat you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a good look at what it was they were trying to hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book. Just like the one you found after your encounter with Spork Monster. The same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his bag. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom and its contents are secret. You notice they haven't just been studying the book, they've got Pop pinned to the wall. And they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. The fuck?
We're playing, hehe.
Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Oh, you mean Van Van's meaty rod. Hey, what shit, you bucket of bolts? Know who you talked to him? He didn't do anything. Bzzz, womp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard of such language, not even from a stand mixer. Womp womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. That's a bit mean. They'll be mean to Clank. Bzzz. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Oh, bit yonder here, isn't it? Oh, me likey. Protect me, Colonel Sanders? These crazy men are about to come to blows. I'm not innocent either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourself. Save it for the arena, or at least. Or don't, honestly. What do I care? You got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Just then, Sprinkle arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem seems that normal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my tardy arrival. I spent a morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly, he loves it! Sprinkles stops in his track and sniffs the air around you. Something has him in a trance. Scent left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkle jumps on you and licks your ear, your face. Down, boy! Down! Off hoppin'! The command shouted by Colonel Sanders had snapped Sprinkle out of his trance. I wonder what's up with that. Sorry, I got a little carried away. After he catches his breath, Sprinkle regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the cock. You want to pay attention to the lesson? Truly you do. Which is why, in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a cock who first signed the name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders and his important parts. His huge, juicy love stick. Miss most important. Spring's holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Piddock, naturally this appears to be a sample platter. A light, brightly coloured pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way. So naturally you reach out, grab it and eat it right away. However, your body's not prepared for the heat. The really warm heat. Pepper's triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. Oh man. You come to find everyone is staring at you. Pepper was the last of its kind on Earth and now it's gone forever. Why would you put it on the fucking tray? You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. Well, we all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim. And your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. A bit of lunchtime competition here. Count me in. I have to wipe the tables with the fools before I set my lunch down on it. Then so be it. I'm not the fool, you're the fool. Fool? Good one, Van. I like your gumption. I'll be watching you, Piddock. I'll be watching you closely. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely I'll put a stop to this madness. No, students, please settle down. It's a lunchroom, not a sports thing. Finally, little sense, you breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. Timer ready. Just then, a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. Aroo! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence. Cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, if anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. I want to be lifted onto something else instead, Colonel. Like a diamond that was formed under pressure, now it's my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself! You had his cock, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one. And you're feeling like you can really impress him. Again. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast, if the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. I believe in you, Piddock. Actually cheering you on. It would be awesome except knowing he's watching you makes totally forget what you're doing. Now all I can think about is Colonel Sanders with his big stallion. Oh my god, this looks Under the white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavour that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Piddock to do the honour, but since you're injured, I'm afraid of pouring this creamer delicacy, delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside you'll find a delicately fried cheese croquette atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream two ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry jelly. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger into the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you, hee. As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something in his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his moustache. The beautiful weather feels like an insult inside of your US Storm Rangers. It's Colonel Sanders, who's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to Kate's wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure's part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in culinary school. Incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie, a well-kept beard, and assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Not like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of it. A burning passion. And I have a burning passion for you. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure, it's honest, and it's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of cock restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds.
Yay!
Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle-scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's a spork monster. Borko! It is I! I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after the whole I fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say what's wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know it's light having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Well, thanks, Borko. I'm glad that there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that your strong and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a spork monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were a human once? Well, no, I was a golden retriever, but I was still a student. Until one day some mean kid with a magic spell book cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spell book? Precisely. I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way, I lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I will be there. It sounds like there's some bad cooks in the kitchen of life, Piddock. Together, I'm sure we can defeat him. Oh, together, we can defeat anyone. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invitation. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like. But it sounds like you're about to find out. Oh, this looks beautiful. Fucking hell. He has a moustache to begin with. Stepping inside Sanders' home, Surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure. You can approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made this decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but it's close. Colonel Sanders perks up, starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to to pair with something spicy or something crispy, both perhaps. Now, you got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, keep it a secret just for you? Reveal it. You decide that you're ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present you my original coleslaw, the shredded cabbage dish glistening in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway. Magnificent. Together you chow down on the creamy substance until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later. And to think back on this moment, you could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. And the room are various items that you can look close at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. You take a closer look at a large urn sitting near by pedestal. The plaque on it's dusty, but when you wipe it off you can read inscriptions. Here lies the ashes of all my past careers and business failures. Poor guy. It must be where he keeps his secret recipe. You think for a moment what number is important to Colonel Sander. It dawns on you. So you turn the dial to 11, 11, 11, the safe opens. Inside you find a single note. Can cock be prepared sashimi style? No, cannot be prepared sashimi style. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and moustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. This is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders, standing along with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. Look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a... You notice it very realistic. It's in a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy must have been very important to Colonel Sanders when he was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." A lock of silver hairs woven through the teeth of the cone. On further inspection realized that the hair therein isn't just silver in color, actually made of spun silver. A scented candle. You pick up and try to identify the smell. Power tool. Freshly starched collar. Piece of wood floating in a lake. Summer of '69. No, it's none of these. It's one of the secret recipes, ingredients. It's... Gaze out the window across the vast lake mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of student pops up. Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack and the ghost of student is swept out with the breeze. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of signature white suits hanging within. You take one of its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in the scent. They say that home is where your heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan us out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off. Wow, this isn't that kind of game. Not that I blame you for trying, but still. No! Game over! Oh, for God's sake. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take the jacket off and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the mindset of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel. Yes, Piddock. I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into slumber. In Colonel Sanders' arms, his warm embrace.